Well, you all know this beast, otherwise you probably wouldn't be watching. But as a result of my eBay offer to look after and refurbish the kits that come with this printer, the Magic Xerox 8570, I've been asked by some large users to show how I actually do it. Well, as you're watching, you probably know these come with a maintenance kit, of which there are basically two designs. The old design, which is much more sense in my book, is not that one. Is this one, which has the inbuilt wiper, but this is for the 8560, although the same rules apply, and the little button that's on it can be reprogrammed indefinitely. However, we're talking mainly about this one, which is the 8570 and its predecessors, or post-predecessors, no, one's after it. And they have, oh, I've not put it in there, I'll show you one in a minute. In there clips a printed circuit board with a chip on it, and it's that chip that we need now to talk about. Right, having rummaged through my magic box of bits, the piece we're talking about is this printed circuit board with a little chip on it, which carries the program that keeps the copy count of the kit. And there, these little devices here, which is a DS2431. Oops, let's get it in focus. DS2431. It's a 1-bit serial chip. Now, whilst we're here and got the bits out, one of the items you'll need is this magic tool, which you plug into your computer. And no, I can't get the number. I'll give you that later. And whilst we're at it, to answer another question, it's connected by an 11 type plug on the end. So you need an old fax modem lead like this with the small plug on the end, and the other end with its two wires. You just need to, in my case, I've got two little plug-on units to clip onto the chip, because the way I do it is either after the chip's been replaced or not. You can see you've got the 6 pins there, of which you use 2 to connect to serially program it, and it doesn't really matter if you put the lead on back to front, because it won't do anything, but if it's round the right way, the software will recognise it, and you can see which 2 pins to use, because if you look at the back of the chip, you'll find that the 3-pin device actually becomes a 2-pin device, and the 2 connectors nearest to the device are the ones you use. So that's your hardware together. And in answer to a previous question, I'm not used to this. As you see, the lead just plugs straight into the end, and that end will go into the computer port, which we'll get to talk about next. And again, that will then just clip onto the pins on the device. Why is it the most simplest of tasks, which have worked faultlessly for years, suddenly became a pitter? Anyway, notwithstanding, when you collect the device correctly to the plug, in this case my red lead is the bottom one, so if it's round the other way it doesn't show a device. I've had to reload the 64-bit version 10, Windows 10 version somewhere. No doubt the last Microsoft update screwed something, like it screwed something else on here, but that's the usual story. Anyway, notwithstanding, you've then got the device highlighted here at the bottom, which is the 2431. It has 2 situations. You've got memory we need to worry about, and you have therefore 2 options. One is the write protect memory, which is worth checking, and in this case you'll notice that we've got all zeros and a 55, which is telling you tough luck, this one's run out, so that will need a new device. We'll come to that. And just out of interest, you've got the main memory, and that shows a list of magic numbers, none of which I've really cracked. Well, I haven't actually, because one of the things you need to know is when Xerox program these, they use the device number, which is inbuilt. It has its own device address, which is here. I can show you. They use that in the calculation, and they also use the machine you've started it in. So the long answer is, once it's run out, you can't do anything about it. If it's not run out, and therefore I'll show you one in a moment, I'll change the device, you can reprogram it with literally any numbers you like that have been taken from another device. It gets complicated, and there are options. If you take a brand new device, you can't just copy that without putting it in a machine, because those numbers won't work as a Xerox device. But if you put a Xerox device in the machine from new, and once it's logged it in, if you then take it out and copy down all the numbers to replace them in the main memory file, these are all, you can change all these as much as you like, overtype them. You can reuse that device forever and it will stay a Xerox device, but you can't put that image anywhere else. Wherever you put it, it will show as non-Xerox. I have no answer to that, other than the image that I put in comes from a brand new device, and it quite happily runs. It's a 20k device it's from, not a 10k. Why they make the difference, I have no idea. I assume the only difference is in the amount of oil. Seems daft, but other than that, it's only the information that's in this chip that is relevant to the thing. Let me just change this for a device that I know has got numbers in. One moment. Now, forget everything I've just said, because here's another one. I think I'd have to look up the paperwork now, which you've probably got in front of you. That's probably a 50 in this page 0. And there's the main memory that you would enact. Now what you need to do is, sometime is from the device of your choice, make a note of these numbers and just replace them onto a brand new device, which will show nothing in these. I don't think I've got one that's not been in a machine, for what it's worth. And when you've all finished, down the bottom of the screen you've got a commit change option. Click that, and whatever you put in there will be written back to your device, which will go in the printer as normal. So if it comes up as a non-Xerox and you've copied a 20k, the image from a 20k, the new one will be 20k, and you can reset them all back to any image that you've copied, as long as the chip hasn't run out and it is not rewritable. Over the time that will save a few pennies, because I see the price of these chips have started to go up for some reason. But I guess that's life. More than that I can't add, other than if you've got any questions, you'll find me under Jeremy WRBM on eBay, and if you look up these devices you'll find me there, and you can always get in touch with me through eBay, or you can email me at jeremy.wilcox, JeremyWilcox gmail.com, and I'll try and help you where I can. Thank you for your time.